Okay, hey guys, so I'm with Trell today. He just went and got top 8 at a regional, so we figured maybe you guys might want to see a profile. What'd you play?
I played a deck that I like to call HBO or HBO
Okay.
Max.
What is that? What is that?
Let's get into it then. So of course we're gonna start off with the H. Of course, new cards, Horus. M City is amazing. It's a huge spell caster. People don't understand this is the best part about this card is the fact that it's 3K. So I played against Pearly all day, and a lot of times they were not equipping the spell that or attaching the spell that allowed them to get to gain attack and the defense. So I always just go to Battle Phase. They got to respond to this right now, and then at that point they had less than 5 materials, so they can be effective. So this card was great all day. Hoppy, great card. Never resolved any of Hoppy's effects, but it was there as a threat. Like anytime I put Hoppy on the field, nobody ever activated anything. They didn't want me to use Hoppy's effect, which basically allows you to get 2 free cards back to your hand or deck. Then of course here's protection. Can't pronounce that first word. Not gonna try. This was stuck in my hand all day. In fact, literally every game that I bricked, no exaggeration, this card was in my hand. Every game, but I would not take it out because there were times when like these 3 monsters alone just carried a full game, so I would never take it out. But this card, literally every game that I bricked, this card was in my hand. It was just crazy, like mathematically. Then of course 2 King Sarcophagus, because of course Mcedi gets that. There were a couple times when I needed 3, but 2 felt really good because you don't want to dead draw them, and also you already have one. There's really no big reason to search one and play in a drove, which was really the great ratio for this. This is the H of it.
Yes, how's that engine? So it's just you get out the.
You get out King Sarcophagus, you get rid of your hand, and you play from the grave. That's why people. That's why a lot of people play like Phantom Knights and stuff with it, because like they don't mind going from the grave. But I didn't want to play Phantom Knights because everybody's playing Phantom Knights, and I don't trust really small monsters by themselves all the time. So Phantom Knights by themselves. I mean, granted, I think Fall Blade is an amazing card, but I feel like what I did was I won't say better, but it was better suited for what my goal was. So
Gotcha.
H. Then we got the B. Very simple. Oh Lord, I threw my whole deck at you guys. Bystials. Lubellion is one of the best cards ever. You don't have to play 3 because somebody was asking me online how many to play, but you want to have at least 2 just in case you have to banish one of them. But 3 was great, but this card's amazing. Next I played the one of Saranir just for the dump and because Bystial. The one of Drew's Worm because Unchained hate this card. And of course the RIP Magnamut. This is all I played. I wanted to play more, but again I didn't want my hand to be oversaturated with Bystials because I'm not playing Dragon Link. And it's not good against certain matchups like Rescue Ace, and actually not that great against Pearly either. And also I played against Flu, so it's dead against that. But this is a great ratio. When you're siding out, you can actually side things like this out and still have this and be impactful, so it was great. Other Bestial cards, Regain, this card's amazing. With Bestials, it's also amazing with anything light and dark, and of course with my deck playing lights and darks, you banish, you get a free draw, you get to bring things back. Crack. There's so many super rare cards in this game that are so amazing. Obviously Magnum with Drew's Worm, you know what I mean? Chaos Space, the one of just because we can pitch off all our darks to search this guy. I didn't play any dark targets for it or whatever, but I probably will in the future. But we'll see with testing. But this is an honorary Bestial card. If you're a Dragon player, you understand. Also, part of the Bestial engine, it's honorary. Just like we feel like Boar Sword is an honorary Orcust card. These are our honorary Dragon Bestial cards. I'm playing Crimson Gaia plus 3 Vision Resonators. Anytime this goes to the grave, it searches this, and this just gets this. And I just pretty much looped it all day. If you have a level 5 or higher Dark Monster on the field, this is a free summon. This card was MVP. This entire little package was MVP. I'm pretty sure my deck would not have gone as well as it did if it were not for this package. So this is the B of the deck. They're all Bystials. These are Bystials. So it says Vision Resonator Bystial right there if you can't see it. And then the last part of the engine is the O. Already you guys know. Orcust. And anybody who knows me personally, Orcust is one of my favorite decks. So we play quadruple Girsu. Really amazing. We played double Orchestrated Night, or Orcust Nightmare. I want to call it Orchestrated so bad. Double Orcust Nightmare. This was another card that was glued to my hand, so I know that in future builds, I'm going to do more things to get it out the hand or make use of it in the hand. But it was, of course, you want to play more than one, just for the grind game, and also the fact that sometimes you draw the one. But still a great card. Love the card. Of course, Simple Skeleton, so Monster Reborn. It's free. And then the world one. Originally, I was playing 2-2-3. For the Horus engine, but the thing is, you realize once you dump at least one of each Horus name in the graveyard, you're never gonna dump again. So there's no point in like oversaturating your hand with cards you can't get out of. So this is a perfect ratio. Anytime that I fully resolved Girsu, any game that I fully resolved Girsu, I did not lose. Each engine in its own right can carry a game, which is great. Each engine literally separately can carry a game, and they did, and together it's even crazier. But anytime that I fully resolved Girsu for all of its effects, I never lost that game. These cards are still really good. We don't target, we don't destroy, we just interact, and people can't respond to that in this format. That's why I played it. Of course, continue with the Orcust stuff. The one Orchestrator Return. This was the worst card in the deck, in the main deck, period. Babel, because field spells are crazy. All my monsters are quick effects. This card that everybody forgets about is a negate and banish, not a negate and destroy. And also has the great effect to banish itself to search a dark machine either from the deck or from the banish zone, which is really awesome. So I've used that once, but the actual negate and banish I use twice, and each time is very impactful because again, it's not going to your grave, it's not staying on the field, it's out of the game, which is amazing. And then the honorary Orcust card, Foolish Burial. This card just says start plays, basically. I can Foolish Burial Orcust monsters, or I can also Foolish Burial an additional Horus monster, just depending on the situation. Or also I can Foolish Burial a Sarnir for the effect of Lubellion to bring it back from grave, or a Vision Resonator so it can still get the effect to search Crimson Gaia. So this card is probably MVP in the entire deck. And that's the O, so you got HBO. Then from there on, it's just hand traps. And I don't like playing hand traps a lot, especially when I'm discarding things, but you have to respect the format, so I did. Triple Ash, because it's Ash. Like, she is amazing. I think I only ever resolved her maybe 3 times the whole day, but that shows how much I didn't need the hand traps. But every time I did use her, she was clutch. Triple Nib. Literally resolved this once the entire tournament. It was cool when I did, but the thing was I could have played. I could have actually just went through that game without playing it, and I still would have won. But it was just good. My opponent just had too many monsters, and I didn't feel like reading them, so I just nibbed them. That's literally the reason why I nibbed them. I just didn't feel like reading these cards. So I just nibbed them. So it's nib, and then of course Imperm, because Imperm's probably one of the best 6 cards you can draw. This card was so clutch for me because my opponents kept having Fenrir when they started my turn, and so this was no Fenrir. I would continue to play. And the last 2 for hand traps, because they are considered hand traps, are TTT. This card, I think I only resolved it maybe twice, and both times I resolved it, I won a game. There are a lot of people, I think my last round opponent, he was very smart. He read it, he just felt like I had it, and so he just never used his Noir, which is really smart. But this card was just great. You got to run it. I wanted to run Thrust, but there's no real target in my deck to Thrust for, except for maybe Foolish or Talents, and I play a small enough count where I can just draw into those, so I never worry about that. We'll move on to the extra deck next. First things first, we have Double Galatea. I ordered a second OT. It didn't come in time for the tournament. And funny enough, it's actually here now, but I haven't touched my deck, and so I just forgot to switch it out. But Double Galatea, she is the best in the extra deck. I don't care what anybody says. She's amazing. The one Dark. Of course, I didn't get a chance to test the deck. I put the deck together 5 o'clock before I went to the regionals. So I didn't get a chance to test it, and I was like, I'm just going to roll with it with my knowledge of Yu-Gi-Oh! And hope that it works out. But in theory, this should be good because everybody's summoning SPs and things, and so I was like, my whole point is I'll just take your SP and do my own things. That never happened, but I did use it to summon my opponent's monster and make my own SP, so that was pretty good. So I would never take it out. The one IP into the SP, because that is the best combo in the game. Right, there's the best 2-card combo in the game right now. I don't have much to say about that. Anytime I was going full combo or even half combo, she hit the field. I was making sure she hit the field. There was no reason to not make her to prepare for this. And your opponent knew that this was coming off of this, but they couldn't stop it. Well, I got stopped once because I played Fluid and I have Amping on field, but I won the game, so it was fine. Next, we've got for Xyz package, Zombie Vampire. I never summoned it. I never will. In fact, it's coming out. Titanic Galaxy. Thought about I put it in there because of course spell cards, but then I thought about it realistically. There's no spell card that I'm afraid of in the game, and any spell card that I'm afraid of, she can't respond to anyway. Dark Root no more, Super Poly, so she was obsolete for me. I'm not saying people shouldn't run it. I like the card. This build just didn't need it. One of the cards that came out every time I went full combo. Number 90. Again, Konami, please reprint this card. It should not be the price that it is, but this card was amazing. Anytime I ever summon this card, it caused problems for my opponent. It's big. And it's a negate. It was used for material. It just does so much. It was just free. I love this. And then of course the last 2 were double Ding, because Ding just said I don't target. You can't kill me. You can't kill anything with Ding on the field. So Ding was just amazing. I can either hard make it with the Horus stuff, or I can just overlay it on top of one of my Galateas. I never hard made it the entire tournament. Not saying that I couldn't have, but there were just always better plays, and it was always going to come out because Ding was always online, because Ding is amazing. And then last but not least, probably the spiciest part of my extra deck that actually got me some games that people were not prepared for. I was playing an Excel Synchron Stardust Dragon. I was playing Scarred Dragon Archfiend. I was playing OG. Then I was playing Baron because I can make level 10. So if any deck that can make a level 10, you better play Baron, right? And then of course the best synchro in the game right now, probably close to Chaos Angel is. Well, no, I'm sorry, it's better than Chaos Angel. This pattern, this card was amazing because of course I'm making it. I would literally make this with the resonators, and then I would make this with this. And so this would come out. It would trigger this to bring out this, and so I've got these 2 on field. I'm nuking the field. I'm also able to bring things back from banish. It was crushed. I felt really big brain sometimes. I mean, it's very, very simple combos, but it was just amazing. I gotta get a better version of that. Just saying, because it's kind of ugly. But this one, as you guys see, is 5, 5, and 5 because I have OCD. So that's really the reason why I did it that morning. But it worked out perfectly. I wouldn't change any of these. I'm gonna change these 2 out for sure because like, I probably should have just ran my second SP and probably a barricade board blocker maybe. But other than that, like everything else was like perfect. God, I don't know, this deck was amazing. It did much better than I assumed it would have. So I felt really good. Onto my side deck. My side deck was very standard, but it can be better as well. Triple Droll. Excuse the rarities. I could not find my hollows just because like I made it that morning and I had to leave and go and drive to the event. So Triple Droll. It was okay. I mean, it stopped a few pro players. It stopped hero players. It did its job, and I was okay with that. Triple Crow. In theory, this card should be really good. I mean, it was just okay. I played against a tier player where like this and Bystials carried me or whatever, but like it just wasn't as impactful as I theorized that it would be, and that's what I get for not testing. But it's still a good card. I think I probably will still run it in the future, but again, it just requires more testing. Double Lightning Storm, when Harpies, these cards were horrible. In fact, I'm never siding these cards. I don't say again, but this current format, I'm not siding these cards. Harpies did what they had to do whenever it came up, so I was glad to have that as well. But these cards could be anything else. In fact, I know what I'm probably going to put in for them. The last 6 cards of my side deck were the best cards in the side deck. Were probably the best cards in my games, and they're the reason why I won. I played against so much Trell this past weekend, you guys, that these cards were amazing. First, we got Spellbound, which is really cool because you're going first. You said that they can't do anything. And when you're going second, when they use their effect to draw and they try to use the trap card, you just change Spellbound, and so they never get the Nor on field and they don't get the extra draw. So this is amazing. I have been telling people for months that this card is good. Not saying that people wasn't listening, but I'm just saying this card's been amazing for me for months. I'm gonna stick by it. And then the best card in the game, Deck Lockdown. Solos Pearly, Solos Flu, killed heroes. Like you can't add from deck to hand. You can't special from deck. That's pretty much that's everything that they want to do. And so I'll just put these on field. In fact, there was a game when I bricked against a Pearly player, and all I had was this, and he could not beat me because he couldn't play through this. And so this gave me 2 additional turns to try to get to something to make him play, which is amazing. So this card alone, like I almost want to main it so bad if it wasn't for the fact that I was playing like M-City or whatever. But this card alone was amazing. And like the reason, and that's it for the deck profile, you guys. And the reason why I played it the way I did, or the way I built it, is what I'm saying, is because I didn't want to make a Droll impactful. So I never have to search more than like once, really. I got drolled maybe 11 times, and it only ever hurt me 1 time, and that's just because like my hand was weird and I need to add a second card. So like everybody who ever had droll and nibble against me, they literally would tell me I had these in my deck and they did nothing. Also, D-Shifter. People think you can't, but when you're playing Orcust, you can play around D-Shifter, or you can play through D-Shifter. I got D-Shifter 7 times, and only twice it hurt me because again, hand was kind of weird, needed the graveyard type thing. But Droll and Shifter don't hurt me. I never ate a nib. Like the deck was just made to like things that you were remaining and siding to prefer for other matchups were just obsolete against this kind of deck the way I had it built. So that was the whole plan going into it. Great time, great event at Mendenhall, Mississippi. So shout out to those guys for throwing it. Shout out to all my opponents. They're really cool. I think everybody I played it was like really awesome. Shout out to my round 1 opponent. I bricked so bad, you guys. He beat me in 3 minutes. I bricked both games, and I literally just looked at him and said, "Please kill me fast," and he did. Anyway, we got top 8. I lost round 1 and I soloed out until I got to round 8 when I lost again to another pro player when I had another weird hand. But again, all my opponents were amazing. This deck did better than I thought. It will be better in the future. You guys have any questions, please let us know. It's your boy Trell. Paul, you got any questions before I dip out of here?
Yeah, what's your next event going to be?
I'm not sure yet. It really just depends on what's closer because a lot of times, like I went to this by myself. Like so a lot of times I'm driving by myself. It really just depends on what's closer and what I feel like playing because this format is not that exciting for me. But I'll keep you guys posted on it.
Cool. Thanks for the profile.
Team APS out.